my favorite recipes definitely have to be the simple ones. Today I'm going to be making a delicious roasted tomato soup, and I'm going to flavor it with roasted garlic, some basil, and it's just a really wholesome and hearty soup that everyone loves. For this recipe, I'm going to need about 1 kilo of tomatoes, and you can use heirloom tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, whatever you have, and I'm just going to roast them in my tray. And so all I'm going to do is just cut them into halves, quarters, just whatever. And I'm using everything. I'm not discarding any part of this. And you can place them into a casserole dish or a baking pan. Make sure to let it sit skin down. Look at all those beautiful colors. I'm going to add 2 garlic bulbs. You want to cut the tip of the garlic, and by doing so you keep the whole bulb intact and you get to see the pieces of garlic from the top. And I'm just going to place this into my tray. Next, I'm going to season with some salt and pepper and just top it on top, and some salt. And finally, I'm going to add in some olive oil. And you can just add as much as you want. Make sure to be generous with the garlic bulbs. I'm going to remove this. It's just making it really difficult. There we go. Yes. And I'm just going to let this sit in. And I'm going to roast these in a preheated oven set at 200 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to start preparing the rest of my ingredients. I'm going to need 1 onion, and I'm just going to finely chop it. And this is going to be the base of my soup. Now, it's not really important to finely chop them because I will be blending all the ingredients later on. So just dice them. Okay. I'm going to saute my onions in some butter. And I like using butter because it just gives a really nice flavor profile to the soup. And I always say everything always tastes better with butter. And you're going to want to fry these onions for about 5 to 7 minutes until they've softened and developed a little bit of a color. My tomatoes are ready and they look amazing. And I'm just going to add in the roasted tomatoes into the pot. And I'm just going to squeeze in the garlic into the tomatoes. It's a bit hot though. You want to make sure to allow the garlic to cool so that you can easily just put it in. Yeah, these needed to roast a little bit longer, but that's fine. Don't forget to add in all of the juices from your tray. Yeah. And for the final step, I'm just going to add in some chicken stock. So I'm going to be using about 4 cups. And I'm just going to blend all of these together with a hand blender. Okay, back to the stove we go. Now, I'm not going to be adding too much seasoning because my chicken broth has a lot of flavor. But if you're using something that has low sodium, just adjust the seasoning, salt and pepper. You can add aromatics if you want. I'm just going to garnish with basil later on, but I'm going to add in the meantime some cream because I want this to have a nice creamy consistency. You can skip it, to be honest, if you want to keep it purely veg. And then just give everything a nice stir. And that's it. It's so simple. It's so easy. Now, if you want your soup to be more thicker, I would reduce the quantity of the chicken broth from 4 cups down to 3 cups. But if you like it more fluid, then keep the recipe as it is. All right, guys, we're done, and it's time to serve up. I do love serving my soups in a cup. It's just really cozy to be able to just sip your soup. Got these beautiful cups, which I picked up from, I think, Singapore a few years ago on my travels. And it's my first time using it, so I'm very excited to share the first experience with you. And there we go. I'm gonna add a small drizzle of cream on top, just a tiny, yeah, look at that. It's gonna look pretty when we serve it. Some black pepper. And some basil for garnish. A simple, delicious, and comforting soup, perfect for a chilly day. And with Ramadan around the corner, this is the perfect soup for iftar. Hope you like this recipe and do try it at home. See you guys later. So good. The garlicky flavor is just divine.